Hey there, how you guys doing? So I wanted to record a video of actually going through the numbers. Earlier this morning, I sort of highlighted where I'm starting to see that a lot of people are talking multifamily and maybe underappreciating single family homes. And I sort of highlighted that this is pretty different from my first experience where real estate investing became hot back in '06, '07, '08, where everybody was talking, single family homes and not really thinking multis. And if you know our story at all, we sort of took advantage of that, selling single family homes when they were ridiculously hot and overpriced and trading up to multis. I'm actually really starting to believe that multis are so hot that we should sell multis and buy houses. So, with sticking to this channel and sticking to the whole helping everybody I can, I thought I would sort of go beyond just the standard, walking outside and giving you my thoughts. And I thought I'd build a presentation and just share with you what I'm seeing, because again, I'm trying to protect you and help, because I do see some dangerous things out there. And if it gets much worse, there's every chance that I will sell most of our multis and just move into single family homes, because as you're going to see, it's a lot more profitable here in a minute. So real quick, do me a favor, if you like this video, hit subscribe. You like this channel. I try to do a video a day, at least. So let me know, that you like what you're seeing by hitting that subscribe button. If you like this video, and I'm hoping lots of you do, because this is something that I made just for you, hit that like button. It's my way of knowing that some particular video may have helped you. And as always, leave a comment. Comments are important because it really helps us, talk about a particular topic. But more importantly, I have a series called Subscriber Questions, and I need some subscriber questions. I've only had a couple in the last month or so, so that particular series hasn't had a lot of work. So if you have a question about real estate investing, just leave a comment below. I am a one-man show, so it may take me a day or two to get to it, but I will do my best to record a video on that. So with that, let's get started and talk about a fourplex versus single-family home. So again, I think there's just too many de facto I want to buy multis. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying multis are bad. That's not what this video is about. This video is really about understanding that what I consider almost a bias towards multifamily. I don't know if it's the syndicators. I don't know if it's the Grant Cardone saying single family homes are terrible, buy bigger. I don't know what it is. But when too many people are blindly talking to me about their first investment being a fourplex and not really knowing why, I get scared. And frankly, if this trend does sort of keep going, I will sell multis just like we sold houses last time, because they'll frankly be overpriced. I already see sellers listing stuff 15, 20% above what I think is a fair price. I think I highlighted a fourplex this morning where the seller's thinking about going out at 110, a door, willing to take 100, and I think it's worth 62. So, that should tell you. And again, if that trend continues, I won't fight it. I won't argue with the market. I will just let people have my multifamilies and buy houses. It's okay with me. The other thing is, I think a lot of new investors are thinking about real estate investing. Then they're saying multis and not appreciating that multifamilies have additional costs that if you haven't done this before, you really can't appreciate. Not only do they have extra monthly expenses, but turnover is more, maintenance is more. It's just a different class of tenant. You don't have people staying in apartments in general 10 years, where somebody staying in a house for 10 years is not uncommon. One of the things that's really scary about a lot of the multis I see today is they're being advertised as under rented. When you see a multifamily that's rented for $600 a month, has had 0 vacancies for 3 or 4 years, and the agent is telling you it's worth 800, run away. As you'll see in a minute, it's particularly dangerous, especially if you're paying full market, right? If you're paying 100 a door for something is worth 62K a door because you think you're going to get more rent just by raising rents, this video is going to save you, I hope, and we'll get into that in a minute. And then finally, I just want to do an honest assessment of a fourplex I see on the market today versus a pride of ownership single family home. and do my best to do an apples to apples comparison. I share with you the math so you can hopefully build your own. Don't take mine. This is just my example, but do me a favor and go out and generate your own example and ask the questions I'm asking. And if it's a better deal, buy it. I have no problem with people buying fourplexes when they're the best investment. I have a problem when people blindly say, I want a fourplex. That's what concerns me, and that's who I'm trying to help. So here's the deal. There's a fourplex on the market today. It's asking for 350 grand, roughly 90K a door, right? 90K a door would be 360. This one is offering 350. It's a simple 4-bed, nothing special, right? It's a fourplex, all 2-bedroom, 1-bath, all 800 square feet, built in the last 40 years. It's rented for $600 each, and it says right in the listing, market rents are $800. And it says no vacancies, I think 2 or 3 years. So it's kind of that really scary scenario that I talked about earlier. Again, no rent increases for 3 years. Again, red flags should be going off. So here's the pride of ownership we're going to compare it against. The pride of ownership single family home, that's what SFH stands for, is offered at 160 grand. It's your standard 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,000 square foot house that was built probably in the 50s or 60s, before it was common to have 2 baths and all of that. So it's just an older 3-1, but it's been updated. It is now leased at $1,200. It just had a tenant going at $1,200. And it's been a 1-year lease that's been signed up for. So here's a side-by-side comparison of what goes unsaid. So a $200 rent increase, right? It's rented at $600 and you need to take it to $800. You know what you get when you do that? You get a 50%, if not 100% turnover. And that is going to hurt and hurt big time. One turnover in your unit is $12,000 because these tenants have been in there a long time. It's been under rented. No maintenance has been done. You're going to have to go and paint, carpet, probably new kitchen, probably new bath, and it very easily to spend $12,000, $12,500. Another thing that's going to happen is you're going to have tenants play the eviction game. You'll have one at least refuse to pay. Then you're going to have to do the 3-day notice. Then you're going to have to file eviction. Then they get to live for free for 2 or 3 months. And then, oh, by the way, you get to turn it anyway and spend $12,500. The other thing you need to appreciate when you're doing your monthly calculations is you have more responsibility for monthly expenses, specifically at least water and garbage, if not other things, but you're certainly going to pay water and garbage in that situation. So the single family home, totally different story. It's been fully remodeled, new bath, new kitchen, new paint, new floors, all of this. Everything's been redone, new roof. Repairs should be very limited for several years because you've just had a $40,000 remodel in this pride of ownership single family home. You've also got a brand new lease already leased at $1,200. You don't need to raise rents. You start collecting rent at $1,200 day one. No gap in vacancies, none of that stuff. And then again, tenants pay water and garbage, so that's on them. It's not on the landlord. So what I thought I'd do is just actually do the numbers, run them through my simple formula, which I've shared many times. And here you go. So the top line's the fourplex. Again, I've done my best to make them apples to apples. So again, the purchase price was $350. I assumed a 30% down payment, so 105 grand. I assume that all 4 units are going to need to be rehabbed inside of 1 year, which is very likely with rental increases. So there's at least $50,000 in repair costs. And that's actually understated because I didn't even add an extra 10 grand for outside painting or new windows or other stuff that could come with the building. I just assumed 12,500 for internal of 1 unit. I assume closing cost is $2,000. It would probably be more in the fourplex, but I didn't want to get so specific and almost seem like I'm defaulting to one answer. So in this case, the total cash out of pocket is $157,000. Again, run your own mortgage payments. The number I came up with, the last rate I saw was $1,225 a month. My numbers say the insurance and taxes are about $425 a month. Property management I assumed was $300. Expense and vacancies I budgeted at $800, right? So you're going to have vacancies, and especially as you're raising rents, you're going to have maintenance and all of that. You're going to have monthly rent of $3,200. That's 800 times 4. Which is going to be the going rate, which you may see after 6 or 8 months. Total monthly rent is $3,200. When you do the math, that means you're getting monthly cash flow of $450. which when you times 12 is $5,400. But here's the kicker. Your yield is 3%. You've turned $157,000 of cash into $5,400. 3% is not a great number. But let's go back and look at what the single family home is. So $160,000, again, 30% down. No repair cost because you're getting fully remodeled. I'll just assume the $2,000 closing cost. It means your total out of pocket is $50,000. Again, same interest rate, just a smaller balance, so the payment was $560. Insurance and taxes on a smaller purchase is $150. I assume property management of $90. I did expenses and vacancies of $150, which is really a reserve account because, again, we have a fully remodeled unit and a 1-year lease just signed, but it wouldn't be fair not to include it, so let's keep it apples and apples. So you have total expenses of $950. You've got monthly rent of $1,200. Your cash flow is $250 a month, which is about half what the fourplex is, but it's a lot more reliable, frankly. You've got that number on 1/3 of the cash, and the best part of this is your yield is twice as high. So there's really a couple of numbers. The yield's the big number for me, but go back and look at your total cash. Your total cash out of pocket for that fourplex is $157,000. Your total cash out of pocket for the house is $50,000. So rough math says you could get 3 houses for less cash than it is to get that fourplex. This is the kind of stuff that bothers me. I hear lots of people talking about getting a fourplex, which is going to be a horrible yield, and you're going to be all stressed out, and you'll probably never buy another investment property because you're going to get hit with 6 months of tenant turn, evictions, repair costs, and you're going to feel like it's never ending. However, if you bought a single family home that was pride of ownership and the tenant paid rent month 1, you have no repairs for 6 months, and you have cash flow every month, you're very likely going to buy a second property. I'm willing to bet that 90% of the people out there who buy the fourplex in this example first never buy another investment. Always say investing in real estate sucks, and it's because you followed the crowd. I don't know what it is out there today, all the buzz about multifamilies. It is a worse return. It is not sexy owning units. Having a big unit count is not sexy. Owning a high yielding property is sexy. 6% yield for somebody working full time is awesome. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully I save a couple of you from making a bad, at least myopic decision buying a fourplex. Again, if the numbers work and the yield for the fourplex is higher, buy the fourplex by all means. It's just not going to be the case, I think, for the next year or so because there are so few fourplexes out there and there's 10 times the number of buyers looking for them. So guys like me who own them, we may just start to sell them because people are paying 30% more than they should. So think about that. If you have sellers out there who have under-rented property, been holding it for a long time and just decide to list it, it should be a red flag. So in the end, do me a favor, please, please, please run your numbers. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And always leave a comment, question, whatever you like. And don't forget the subscriber questions really help create videos. I hope this made sense. Thanks.